I don't mind the term African American. I don't want to be called African American.
Why is that?
I'm not African.
Fact. It's true. Fact.
Okay, so I understand where he's coming from. I just wanted to make a very clear correction. But, like, yeah, I get it. Like, you were born in America, you lived in America, most of your ancestors were probably born and raised in America as well. So I understand why you would not like identify with your as African despite being content with being African American. But because we already know that like African and African American are not the same thing. But we also have to acknowledge at the end of the day, like, you're not Native American in the sense that you're the first people to have ever, lived in North America, the Americas as a whole. Like, we know who the Native Americans, the first ever people to have lived in the Americas are. We know who they are. But you are Native American in a sense that you yourself specifically are born native to this country. Just like how I am born in Canada. Born in Canada, my parents were immigrants. 3 of my siblings are immigrants, and the remaining 4 others were also born in Canada. So I guess technically, yeah, I do identify as African Canadian, even though I don't really have as strong as African roots as my parents. But compared to you, I probably have far more stronger African roots because my parents are direct immigrants, like descendants of African countries. But at the end of the day, despite my ramblings, I'm sorry if it didn't make that much sense, but at the end of the day, your ancestral roots, sir, is Africa. Your ancestors originated in Africa. At some point, they came to America. Then you have a slew of generations of Africans who were born and raised in America. Hence the term African American. An American who has ancestral roots to Africa. Just like how a white American is an American with ancestral roots from Europe. We know that a lot of white Americans are not at all in touch with their European roots. But at the end of the day, genetically speaking, ancestrally speaking, genealogy-wise, whites came from Europe, blacks came from Africa, Latins or Hispanics came primarily from Latin America, Asians came from Asia, so on and so forth. But you identify stronger with your American roots. And that is something that I completely understand and I support. Just wanted to make it clear.